Where in your life do you or do you not have or see freedom?
So I suppose lack of freedom, or I suppose it's the same for a lot of people. When I'm certain aspects of my job, I have to be very diplomatic, and not with my client groups, but I think talking to other people in authority, I would self-limit my freedom so that I can remain easier to work with.
Does judgment from society restrict your freedom to present yourself how you wish? If so, or if not, why?
So much less as I've gotten older. And that is something really freeing, I think, especially for women. When you get older, you stop caring as much. But I know, especially from a workplace, that you are quite conscious of how much you speak up, because there is always that concern that you'll be seen as almost hysterical or aggressive, and you are programmed to be agreeable. And as I suppose it's taken a lot of work to try and not just default be nice and agreeable and kind, because sometimes, especially in this line of work, that doesn't help, because then you're not advocating for people. So I think one of the most freeing things I ever did was train to be a youth worker. It was like the best thing for my mental health I think I've ever done.
How do you think freedom has changed since World War II or in your lifetime?
I suppose I'm thinking of my grandma and my mum when you ask that question. So I always get the sense that my grandma did what was expected of her and didn't deviate from that. And I'm not too sure how happy she was at times. She just, she kind of went from mum's house, went and got married, and that was it, and did what she was told. And I know my mum couldn't have a credit card or a bank account, or, she earned from the age of 16, but couldn't have anything in her own name. So I'm very aware that I can own property on my own and no one has to countersign, and I can have my own wages in my own bank account.
How do things such as race, gender, disability, sexuality and wealth affect your or other people's freedom?
I am very fortunate in a lot of respects, and those things don't impinge on me. I am technically someone with a learning disability, but I've learned to work with that in a way that it doesn't affect my day-to-day life. I'm very, very upfront about it, especially because that removes other people's power in that situation. So I just kind of am really upfront, and I'll say, I will have these struggles, I might see these things differently. If you don't understand me, please correct me. Well, not correct me, because that would be counterintuitive, but flag it up and I can talk it through with you. I think with regards to race, I'm incredibly privileged, and I'm quite aware of that because I was in a mixed race relationship for a very long time, and having grown up in rural Northumberland, where it's predominantly white British, you don't notice the impacts racism has on people's lives until it is very much in your home.
Can you tell me about a place or places that you do or don't have freedom?
I feel really free at home, and I think growing up in rural Northumberland, as kids we were taken to the beach. If anything was hectic, we were taken to the beach. If you were overwhelmed, you went to the beach. And that is still what I do now. And that is it could be dark, it could be awful weather, I will still feel the best there.